Hi guys, and welcome to Excel VBA Advanced Payroll Management System, right? And I'm just going to show you guys how this works. Then we start work with full tutorial. All the information here of Tony Montana is not on the worksheet. If we drag it that much, we can just, as you can see, it's not right there. All we then need to do is just to click on Add Payments, and that's Tony Montana there. The other thing that you can do with this beautiful and advanced payroll management system is you click on this drop down there. You can reduce the font to whatever you want. For those who are visually impaired, you can also increase it to whatever size you want, but the default size is just 100. There we go. Now we can click on, let's say we want to change the reference, change the payroll reference there, or the wages reference. And we can also reset the system, exit out if you want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click and start a new project entirely. Alright, let's start work with a new project. Click on the developer menu right up here. However, for those who are new beginners, if you don't have developer menu, go to File and select Options. Right in there you will see Customize ribbon, and make sure you check Developer right here. Make sure it is checked and click on OK. There we go. You should be able to see your developer menu there. Click on the developer menu. Come right here, you see where we have a Visual Basic. Click on that, and in here select Insert. Inside the Insert, select User Form. There we go. And I'm going to give my user form the following size. So the height, I'm going to make that about 800, and the width, I'm going to make that 1030 there. And I now need to work on the toolbox. This is your toolbox. If you don't have it, just click on that icon there. I'm going to first of all select the frame. That is the frame, and just drag it that much. Get rid of the text content inside the frame. Right there inside the caption, delete that. And that very frame, I'm going to copy it. Hold on to your control, click and drag. I've just copied the frame. That is fine. Now I'm going to copy the frame again. There we go. Now the frames that are copied, I'm going to adjust them how I want the system to look like. So drag this here, and in here I will have the details of my employees, or the details of the payroll. Bring this down. That is fine. And in here, just drag this that much. I need two of those here, 1 and 2. Copy that here. Yeah, something like that. And I'm going to then need one here and another one to the side. One here as well. Right, that's fine. Okay, now let's change the appearance of this. We have one there. We have one here. We need about 3 more of these. Right, and 1 more. There we go. Now these two, just drag them right down, and this very one here, bring it right down. That is for my pay slip. And right below, I'm going to need 1. Let's just drag it here all the way there. I'll grab hold of another one, and I'm going to reduce the size of this that much, paste it right in there. Bring this, get this one centered, drag, there we go. So if we run it now, let's run it and see how that's going to look like. That is how it's looking right now. Just need a few modifications and that's it. So exit out. Now let's do some changes. Select this one there and this very one and the one right underneath here, and let's change the back color. Come right here, palette, and change that to green. There we go. And that's all. And in here I'm going to add list box there. That will be for our payslip. And up here there'll be a label and another label here. We have 2 labels. Those 2 labels, I'm going to change the font color and the font style. Change it to something light, and the font is going to be, it's coming to font, let's make it maybe 12. There we go. And this one is going to be payday. Let's change the caption. Pay date. Yeah. And just drag it. Let's drag it so that you can see it. Okay, this one is going to be for that will display the date. That's just the purpose of that. And the name of that one, I can just change it to LBL date. That's it, the variable name is changed. Alright, so that is fine. Now, up here, we can copy this as well. We just change it around, paste that in there. And in here, I'm just going to enter as follows. I'm going to call that Advanced Payroll Management System. There we go. I'm going to enhance the size, the font size. Let's make it a little bit more readable. Let's see. That might be a little bit too big, but let's see first. So let's reduce the size of that font. I'm going to make it 40. Let's see how 40 is going to look like. Alright, 40 seems a little bit much better. Okay, that's fine. Now, let's start work with the rest. Okay, let's add a label here. Have a label there, and let me change the size of that label to 14 bold. And I'm going to copy that same label, just paste it right here. The copied label, I'm going to delete the content in there and change the border style. I want it to be single. That's fine, that's how I want it. Okay, now it's visible. Alright, now copy it across. Well, first of all, let's change this one to tax period. There, and just copy. And one more. Very good. There. So we're gonna have to move all of this up. Yeah. Now here, in here we need two of those. 1, 2. And just bring this down here. And I need one here. One here. And one right here. Okay, now let's name it accordingly. This is going to be tax code. Right. And here, that will be NI. NI number. This will be an NI code. Here, that's going to be taxable pay. And so on for that. Taxable pay. And that will be pensionable. Here we have the gross pay. The gross pay. Deduction or deductions. And net pay. There. Okay, let's copy all of this and bring it down here. Bring it right down here. Yep, that is fine. So we move this up. So far there's going to be some movement as well. And here we're going to need some text box here. Text box 1, 2, and 3, because that's where we will be entering the pay details. Right, that is good. It's now looking much better. Right, move this right up there. Okay, and we need buttons here. We're going to need about 4 buttons, or maybe 5. Let's grab hold of button 1 here, and let's enhance the size of this very button to maybe about 16 bold. 16 bold. And as well, we need to change the back color. Back color, I'm going to make that green. The font on it, I'm going to make it highlight text, and in here change this to exit, and the name is going to be, we can change that to CMD exit. Right, and let's copy this very exit. We have 2, 3, and there we go. Okay, right up here, then let's add a combo box. One little combo box here. Then here we need as follows. It's going to be text box up there for the details. Let's copy this. We need them. Place them here. And we need a combo box here. There. And we need Yeah, and the rest is going to be, yeah, text box. One text box. So far this is how it's looking. We just need to tidy it up. So if I run it now, let's click on run. This is how it's looking. I just need to tidy up the old system and give it an appropriate name. Right, so let's just speed that up. Alright, I've finished up with the naming, and each of the components that you guys are looking at are named with the same name we have on the label. If you look at this very one now, employee name, and that is it right there, TXT employee name, employer name, and this one is employee name. That is gender, CBO, gender, address, postcode, and so on. Okay, so just the names, the label names are what is named here. Now text box is right here. These are all text box and two combo box there, and here those are text box as well, and I enter default value of 0.0. All you need to do is come straight here, make sure it's selected, and go to the text box and just add your 0.0 or whatever you want to add in there. Every other component for display that you're looking at, they are all labels. Okay, because the system, we have to generate that. And right here I have a label as well, and this is just a list box. Okay, now let's double click on the form and start work with some coding. Well, first of all, I want the date to appear, and I also want the tax period to be displayed. So in there I'm going to double click on the form. Now I'm going to declare the following variables before I go any further. So first of all, I'm just going to say option explicit. So dim inner city as double. So all of the variables that I'm going to use are going to be double. So I'm going to copy that and just change the text content around. Alright, the next one here is going to be basic pay, followed by overtime, then tax, pension, then I'm going to go for student loan here, and finally NI payment. There we go. Let's declare some other ones for string and date. So let's say dim period as string, dim dd date, that's going to be as date, and dim month, month number, let that one be integer. Those are the variables that I'm going to need. Now for the date to appear, what I'm going to do is, you see the form itself. Instead of using form click, I'm going to change the event to maybe form initialize, this very one here. Inside the form initialize, first of all I'm going to say LBL date dot caption, and that would be equals, let's say format date, comma, then it's going to be, let's use middle date, and that is that done. So if I run it now, you should be able to see the date. That's it. So that's how the middle date look like. Alright, and these other ones, I just want them to give me the drop down. So go back to the form load, form initialize, I mean. The first one I'm going to take care of is COB gender dot add item. The first item, I'm going to make that female. There. And next one is going to be male. That is taken care of. Now the next one is we want to take care of COB pay rate, no, pay reference dot add, and this is the reference of our employees. So let's say 78455 there. So I'm just gonna copy that and make up the others. Let's say we have about 5 employees. Yeah, that's fine. Just change that around there. And we also need to make up the zoom. That's to increase the font, to increase the size of the font. So let's say zoom, and let's say the first value is 50 there, and I'm going to just speed that up, and there we go. So that's what we have inside our form initialize. So if we run it now, before I run it, let me show you guys one thing. You see, when you click on the form, come straight to the property zoom. That's what I'm talking, that's the property I'm talking about, and that's it right here. So if I run it now, there's nothing happening so far apart from we are able to just add all of these or whatever I want to add, and that is for zoom as well. Okay, so for now, let's exit out and save the project. So I'm going to go straight to file, click on save, and I'm going to give my project a name. I'll just call it Payroll Management Systems. But the thing is, you see the save type, I'm going to change that to Excel macro enable. Just save it inside my download here and just click on save. There we go. Run. So for now, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly. Bye for now.